Alrighty, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome in here to the Wildcat Sports Network. We're at the Ortho Carolina Sportsplex in Pineville, North Carolina. It is a muggy day here at the soccer field. Rain throughout the entire day. It's currently a light rain right now. And we are set for men's soccer match between your Johnson & Wales Wildcats versus the Eagles of Emory, Oxford. The Eagles coming today with a 3-5-1 record, and our Wildcats still undefeated on the season at 11-0-1. Last time these two teams met on September 10th, as our Wildcats won 4-0. Wildcats had a 3-score flurry there in the second half, put the Eagles away there in that first match. We are just moments away from getting this one underway here. We'll turn it on down to public address announcer Christopher Plano for tonight's national anthem and our starting lineups. And again, bear with us here on this broadcast today as it is raining and we may have some technical difficulties, but we will work through them and get you your broadcast. This is your voice of the Wildcats, Kelly Turner. I am very amped up for this one. Not the fact that I'm on 4 cups of coffee already, but I'm excited for this matchup here. Also this week in the USCAA polls, men's soccer team is ranked at 7th, along with women's soccer, and our volleyball team is ranked 8th. Yesterday, or this past weekend, our volleyball team went on the road and beat Wake Tech 3-0, and then lost to Guilford College 3-0. So that brings their record of the season at 13-10. Again, volleyball ranked 8th in the USCAA poll. Jalen Jackson, our star player here for our men's soccer team, pacing the USCAA in nearly all statistical categories. 54 points on the season. The next closest to that is 38. So Jackson is tearing it up here in this season. He's got 24 goals. So on the left of your screen, you'll see the Wildcats in white warming up. And on the right of your screen, you'll see Emory Oxford in a, let's just call it black. They are navy blue, but with all this rain, it's essentially black. We're about 30 seconds away now from our national anthem and starting lineups.
Play host to the Eagles of Oxford College of Emory University here at the Ortho Carolina Sportsplex in Pineville. I am your public address announcer, Chris Plano, this afternoon, welcoming you out there. Thank you for enduring the inclement weather. We're looking forward to a great men's soccer game this afternoon as the referees in both teams will take us to the center of the field for this afternoon's playing of our national anthem. Once again this afternoon, your Wildcats play host to the Eagles of Oxford College of Emory University. In a big men's soccer matchup. Referees and both starting lineups taking to the center field area. Once again, ladies and gentlemen,
Give me 7 on these.
this afternoon's national anthem.
Here, boys.
Thomas Manford. Number 2, Luis De La Mara. Number 4, Jonathan Steele. Number 7, Garrett Sharp. Number 9, Chief Bonilla. Number 11, Michelle Draco. Number 14, Julian Coutinho. Number 15, Nicholas Hillard. Number 16, Matthew Beach. Number 21, Tulio Cano. And number 22, Joseph Piccolo. Oxford College of Emory University, head coached by Gregory Moss Brown. He's assisted by Dave Duggan. All right, Wildcat fans, get on your feet and greet your Johnson & Wales University Wildcats. Number 6, a junior from Matthews, North Carolina, Mo Vasquez. Number 7, a junior from Kannapolis, North Carolina, Jalen Jackson. Number 8, a junior from Indian Trail, North Carolina, Sam Bailey. A sophomore from Okinawa, Japan, Amani Washington.
Is it good if you can sit on the bus?
Kennedy Whittle. Wearing number 14, a junior from Charlotte, North Carolina, Ariel Morales.
Hey, where's Furman?
Wearing number 15, a freshman from Benson, North Carolina.
Oh, he did? When he comes back to town, he's got to be able to announce like this.
Wearing number 16, a freshman from
That voice.
North Carolina, Reeve Isaac. Wearing number 20, a freshman from Key West, Florida, Danny Kearney. Wearing number 22, a sophomore from Statesville, North Carolina, Jason Rosales. And wearing the number 23, a sophomore from Swansboro, North Carolina, Gunnar Tupelo. Your Wildcats are coached in his 3rd season by James Juswicki. He's assisted by Kev Summers. Ladies and gentlemen, your referee for this men's soccer match is Frank English, and your linesmen are Osman Hernandez and Peter Nilsson.
All right, that was your national anthem and your starting lineups. Again, to go over the lineups if you didn't catch it. For Emory Oxford, at goalkeeper, Thomas Bamforth, number 1. Also, number 2, Luis De La Mora. Number 4, Jonathan Steele. Number 7, Garrett Scharf. Number 9, number 10, Fernando Mongelos. Number 11, Michelle Draco. Number 14, Julian Contino. Number 15, Nicholas Stigard. Number 16, Matthew Beach. Number 21, Tulio Cano. And number 22, Joseph Piccolo. Pardon me if I butchered any of those names. And the lineup for your Wildcats. Number 6, Mo Mascaron. Number 7, Jalen Jackson. Number 8, Sam Fanning. Number 11, Amani Washington. At goalkeeper, Kennedy Little, number 13. He will be in the bright yellow. Number 14, Ariel Morales. Number 15, Gavin Brundage. Number 16, Weeb Isaac. Number 20, Danny Kearney. Number 22, Jason Rosales. And number 23, Gunnar Tootle. Again, your Wildcats are in white on the left of your screen. Emory Oxford in dark blue. And Emory Oxford has an out of start. So Emory Oxford back line controls it, looks to send it deep, but Kearney's there, headed back in their territory. Fanning now look to play it down. Jackson's there as well. So Piccolo now here on the near side looking to get around Rosales. Kicks it out of bounds. So it'll be a Wildcat throw in. Quickly into Mascaron. Gets around. Switches to the other side of the field now. Has Brundage over there taking it up. And looks to leave one ahead there for Washington, just a bit in front of him. And kicked out of bounds over there on that far side. So it'll be an Eagles throw in. They get it into number 11, Michelle Draco. Eagles control it again with their back line, and they look to boot it forward again. And off the Emory Oxford player and headed in there by Stigard. Ball still in the air now. Eventually takes a hop and played down by Stigard. Eagles player falls down. They're going to get Jackson with the foul. This will be a free kick right there, just on the Eagles side. And now in Wildcat territory, just over midfield. Fanning trying to chase the ball down. De La Mora looks to get it, but quickly cut off by Tootle. Jackson now, room to work with on this near sideline. Gets cut off there by Draco, falls down, gets up quickly. So it'll be a Wildcat throw in. Morales looks to get it in, finds Jackson. Jackson cuts to the middle of the field there, looking for Bascaron. Quickly cut off, and Kearney bodies Steele there to get the controlling ball. And Tootle will play that one back to the goalkeeper, Kennedy Little. So Wildcats control it now with Brundage looking to get it across midfield. Eagles now deep in that corner there on that far sideline, and it's kicked out of bounds. So it'll be a throw in over on that far sideline, just right beside the corner. And ball high across the middle, headed down by Fanning. Piccolo now looks to switch sides and gets it to Sticard. Fanning again's there. Bascaron now lets it go between his legs, stops and turns around. He's going to leave it ahead there for Washington on that far side, just in front of the Eagles bench. Centered ball there. Jackson and Isaac, the lead men there for the Wildcats. Fanning now controls it. 3-on-2 for our Wildcats. Fanning looking to get past them. Shoots one right at the goal. Scooped up there by Bamforth. Wildcats with the opportunity there. Again, had the 3-on-2 advantage. And Thomas Bamforth came up with a save there for Emory Oxford. We're just about 5 minutes into this one. Still no score. The rain has let up. So not too many players slipping early here. And Emory Oxford controls it now. They'll bring it up with Anyaya. And Rosales over there in the middle for the Wildcats. Scharf now looks to center it. Kearney's there to get it down with the chest. Brundage again looking to take it up. Finds Fanning in the middle. Over to the Bascaron now. Tootle has it. Tootle has Morales here. He's going to leave it. Touch pass for Bascaron. And Kearney will control it on the back line for the Wildcats. Washington now has it. Crosses midfield looking to get past the Eagles player. Cut off there. Fanning now back to Rosales. Back to Brundage. Brundage kicks one over here on this near side. Has Morales. Tootle now. Back to Bascaron. Bascaron stops. Gets it back to Tootle again. Rosales now working his way through 3 Eagles players. Bascaron looks to center one. Jackson looks to almost intercept that one from the goalie, but just over his head. Bamforth able to control it. And he booms this one deep middle, headed down by Fanning. And that one's going to roll out of bounds right in front of the scores table for an Eagles throw-in. And Eagles player down the field. They're going to get a foul over there. This will be a free kick for Emory Oxford just across midfield on Wildcat side. So the Eagles looking to set him up right here in the middle of the goal. This one's centered in, headed up by Rosales. And headed deep in the box there, but Kearney able to get that out. Bascaro now looking to control it. Look to play it ahead for Jackson. Jackson has a man beat. Looks to center it off the rear end of Beach there. So it'll be a Wildcat throw-in. Pardon the obstructions of the view there. We got our tent set up to cover our equipment from getting wet. So Fanning now middle of the field. Gets it right behind the ref there over to Brundage. Brundage looks to center it off the left side out of bounds. So Bamforth looking to kick this one. He stopped twice there to figure out what he wanted to do. Finally gets it in, and Rosales plays it down. Weave pops one up there, but quickly kicked out by Piccolo. So Wildcats still control it. That one ricocheted off an Eagles player out of bounds. So it'll be a Wildcats throw in right in front of the Emory Oxford bench. Fanning there. Jackson now reverses course, takes it up, looking to cut through two Eagles players. Isaac is there, but they're going to get a foul there, I believe, on Isaac. So Bamforth will control it again. Has three Eagles players here on this near side. Sends one deep middle. Both Rosales and Washington there for the Wildcats. And this one played across midfield. Brundage downs it with his head. And he's going to keep it in bounds. Gets it right between two Eagles players there. And shot on goal right to Little. Easy scoop there for the goalkeeper. And Little's hit is deep. Lets it go right over the head of Isaac. And two players collide, Jackson and Steele. And they're going to get that foul on Jackson. So it'll be a free kick here for the Eagles. This one played in right to Brundage. Plays it down. Rosales back to Brundage. Wildcats control it in that far corner. 35-40 to play in this first half. Still no score. And Jackson looking to get past the Eagles player. He's claimed that he's being held, and he'll get the call. Jalen frustrated, thought he had a clear lane, and the Eagles player hooked his arm to stop him from cutting upfield. Tootle has it now. Centers it right to Jackson off his knee. Gets it back and out of bounds. Eagles throw in here. De La Mora to throw it in. Sends one deep. And again, the Wildcats control it. Kearney there. Brundage gets it across midfield. Bascaron back to Brundage. Bascaron and Washington streaking up that sideline for the Wildcats, but Eagles get it back. Scharf now taking it for Emory Oxford. And Anyaya in the middle of the field there for the Eagles. Gets it over to Draco. Draco still has it now. And this one played right to the goalkeeper. Little scoops it again. Great angle there by Brundage, able to cut off the streaking Eagles player. Morales now has it, loses it out of bounds. But it'll be off the foot of De La Mora, so Wildcats will have a throw in again. Quickly into Fanning. Fanning reverses course, gets it over Rosales. And Rosales gets it over to that far side of the field to Brundage. Now up to Washington across midfield. And again, Brundage will control it. Finds Rosales in the middle. And Biscaron over here to Tootle. Morales touch pass to Rosales. Rosales room to work with. Finds Isaac. And now the Eagles control it. And bad kick there by Draco, looking for Anyaya. And this one kicked out of bounds into the bleachers. So it'll be a throw in for Emory Oxford. De La Mora to throw in. Again, looking far down the line. Headed up by Morales. Biscaron plays one up. Kicked into Wildcat territory by Coutinho. And that one out of bounds on that far side in front of the Wildcats bench. It'll be a Wildcats throw in. So Brundage should throw it in now. Leaves one high, looking for Isaac over his head. And they'll get a foul there on the Eagles. So 32 minutes to play in the first half. If you're just joining us, score still 0-0. It's been a fairly even match as for time of possession. Both teams able to control it equally, having a couple of shots on goal. Biscaron finds Washington. Looks to center one, has Fanning streaking there, unable to get to it. And Fanning will get it back to Morales. Morales plays it down. Room to work with in the middle. Touch pass for Jackson. Had a reverse course and in the middle, and Jackson falls, able to get up. And falls again, still no call. So it'll be a Wildcats throw-in on this near sideline. It'll be Morales to throw it in. Gets it into Rosales. Rosales trying to fight off three Eagles there, eventually taken by Anyaya. And Washington able to cut off that pass. Isaac there getting held. And no call again. And Eagles able to boot this one into Wildcat territory. And Tootle will let this ball roll out of bounds. So Tootle quickly gets it into Fanning. Has Jackson ahead, unable to get to it. Oh! Eagles misplayed that one. Isaac now rolls and scores! Weeb Isaac with the goal for the Wildcats. So Jackson had a chance at the goal, getting past two Eagles players. Goalkeeper Banforth comes up, mishandles it, and Weeb Isaac capitalizes, putting your Wildcats up 1-0 here. 30 minutes and 26 seconds to play in the first half. So Emory Oxford will have it now. Adam Barton is into the game for the Eagles. Started that one off. Washington gets it over to Fanning. Fanning pauses, and he'll just play it back to Tootle. Tootle again to Fanning. Off the Eagles player, back to Tootle again, and he'll send this one over to Kearney to control. And between the legs pass there by Biscaron has Washington streaking up the sideline there. Washington looks to center at Jackson there, cut off by the Eagles player. Still in bounds, Mascaro in front of the goal, and he scores! So, 2 quick goals here in the first half for your Wildcats. That was number 6, Monir Mascaro, puts that one in the net. So again, just about 2 minutes ago, Weeb Isaac scores, and then that one's followed up by Mo Mascaro. So it's now 2-0. Just under 30 minutes to play in the first half. So again, last time these two teams met back on September 10th, Wildcats took that match 4-0. It was just 1-0 at the end of the first half, but a late flurry of 3 goals by the Wildcats able to finish that game off. And here we are again, Wildcats with another flurry of goals. Back-to-back goals by Isaac and Mascaro. So 2-0, 29 minutes to play in the first half. Rosales looking long for Morales, has it now. Cuts up the middle of the field. Looking to run. And quickly cut off there by the Eagles. Fanning again has it. Isaac there again. Touch pass to Fanning. Fanning looking ahead for Jackson. Run into there by Emory Oxford player. And they'll get a foul. So it'll be a free kick here for the Wildcats. So the Emory Oxford players were claiming that he was outside of the box when the foul occurred, but since he was in the box, Jackson will have a penalty kick here. Jackson's shot. Good stop there by Bamforth. And that one played off Morales' foot. Correction, Washington over there on that far side. Jackson ahead. Only the goalie to beat. Gets a pass up and he scores! Jackson takes off with the ball. 3-0 here in the first half for your Wildcats. Goals coming from Weeb Isaac, Mo Mascaro, and the all-star Jalen Jackson. That puts Jackson at 25 goals on this season. So let me do my math right. Let's see, 30 minutes minus 27 minutes, 3 minutes. So 3 goals in 3 minutes for your Wildcats. You know what they say, when it rains, it pours. And so far, it's pouring on these Eagles here in this first half. So Kearney controls it over to Tootle. Still on the Wildcats territory. And play it ahead for Rosales. Touch pass to Mascaro and looking ahead for Isaac. Isaac's not going to be able to get to that one. So it'll be a throw-in right in front of those 2 goals on your screen. Played down by Anyaya. And 2 Eagles players trips. Isaac there takes control. Centers one. Jackson there. Shot on goal right to Bamforth. Another save for the goalkeeper, Thomas Bamforth. So Eagles played into Wildcat territory on that far sideline. And Brundage looking to let it go out of bounds. It eventually does. Wildcats will have to throw in right in front of their bench. And we'll have a substitution here for your Wildcats. Number 12, Seth Furman, freshman midfielder into the game, replacing Mo Bescaron. So Washington's there, centers it to Furman. Quick touch soon as he enters the game. Rosales pops one over to Morales here. Looking to get past two Eagles players, eventually controlled by Matthew Beach. And Rosales in the middle of two Eagles. Nice touch pass behind himself to Morales. Isaac now working his way up the sideline. Stops, looks for the middle. Looking to get around four Eagles players, eventually ricocheted out of bounds. They're going to say off Isaac. So it'll be Eagles throw in. De La Mora to take it. Centered in. Fanning and Rosales both there. And Kearney now back into Eagles territory. Leaves it ahead for Isaac, but they're going to get Isaac for offsides. So Matthew Beach will take this free kick. Low kick right to Furman, plays it off his hip. And Fanning plays it down. Jackson looking to call for it. Isaac tripped the Eagles player, claiming he was trying to get the ball through his legs, and De La Mora simply tripped over it, but they're going to get Isaac with a foul. So another free kick here for Beach. Centers one, nobody there, so it just rolls to nobody, and Furman tracks it down. Controls it into the Wildcat territory. Brundage reverses course, gets it over to Kearney in the back line. Tootle plays it ahead to Fanning. And Rosales sends this one just over the head of Isaac on this near sideline. And we got a flurry of substitutions here for Emory Oxford, which is essentially every player that wasn't a starter is now reverse course. So I'll try to name everybody here. So number 25, Eric Mildner. Number 24, Chris Edesanya. Number 23, Chris Schweiger. Number 20, Henry Fink. Number 19, Dylan Wittenauer. Number 17, David Dill. So Furman just trucks the Eagles player down. He'll get the easy foul. Piccolo took the brunt of that hit. Eagles play this one on. Headed down by Brundage. Jackson there, heads it over to Furman. Fanning now, room to work with on this middle of the field. Looking to leave it ahead for Jackson, just a goalie to beat. Gets it past him! Jackson with the easy score! 4-0, Wildcats lead in the first half. Jackson's second goal of this game. The Wildcats' fourth goal in 8 minutes. And the Wildcats will have a substitution here. Pablo Moreira checks in, as well as Sean Geiger. Sean Geiger wearing the white headband. Easy to pick out in the crowd. So Isaac quickly takes control, looking to cut it up in Eagles territory, get past three defenders. He's going to do it himself. Centers one and eventually cut off. Not sure if that's how the Eagles drew it up. But Isaac looking to take advantage. So it'll be a corner kick here in that far corner. Moreira to take it. Centers one high over the head of everybody. Geiger looking to chase it down. And Geiger controls it. Leaves it middle for Furman. And 4 Wildcats there, eventually played out by the Eagles. Scharf looking to chase it down. And that'll ricochet off Isaac. And that ball out of bounds. So the Eagles have a throw in right in front of the Wildcat bench. So 21 minutes to play in the first half still. Wildcats with the early 4-0 lead. And Eagles get it in, still control it in Wildcat territory. And touch pass looking for Oliver Zoo. Not sure if I'm pronouncing Zoo right. Oliver XU. Really not sure how those 2 letters sound together. So Kennedy Little with a fairly easy first half here. Kicks one here on this near side looking for Geiger. Trying to fight off Barton. And Tootle racing to chase it up there. And kicked out of bounds by Fink right to the fans. Geiger looking to throw it in. He'll move up a little bit. And looks to send it deep, looking for Villanueva. That's Tito Villanueva into the game. And Jackson sends this one high. And he hits it over the net. That'll roll down the hill onto the next field. Not sure if that's where he wanted to go with that shot, but we'll see which ball boy will want to track that one down. So Bamforth, short kick right behind everybody, and that one will roll out of bounds in front of the Wildcats bench. Johnson and Wills will have a throw in. And another substitution for the Wildcats. And that is number 19, Sanjing Kostic. And this one still bouncing around, eventually played down by the Eagles. And Barton with a chance here. Geiger quickly cut off. Ball rolls right in front of Little. And dodged a bullet there. That one rolls all the way out of bounds. So Little calling for a ball now. Finally gets one. $18 minutes to play in the first half. Wildcats lead 4-0. 2 goals coming from Jalen Jackson, another from Weeb Isaac, and lastly from Mo Bascaron. This one centered high, looking for Barton. Great save there by Little. Off the hands, out of bounds. So Eagles have a corner kick here in the near side. Again, pardon the obstruction of view on your screen as we have a tent set up to keep our equipment dry, as well as myself and my cameraman. This one's centered, played off by Kearney, controlled down by Geiger. And Marrero just booms it. Jackson streaking it ahead. Jackson plays it down. Geiger there as well. Eagles able to control it finally. So Eagles get it across into Wildcat territory. And that one rolls out of bounds, so it'll be a throw-in for Emory Oxford. Looking to center one, Toodles there. But right to Piccolo. Piccolo now taken out by Tootle there. No foul, so play on. Wildcats control it in that far corner. That one ricochets off an Eagles player right to Little. And Little sling this one over here. Geiger looking to chase it down. Does. Right between the legs of Schweiger. Schweiger's like, where'd the ball go? So they have Washington streaking up the sideline and eventually kicked out of bounds by an Eagles player. Another Wildcat throwing right in front of the Emory Oxford bench. And another substitution for the Wildcats. And that's number 24, Connor Savageau, in to replace Gunnar Tootle. So nobody there for either team. Barton collects it for the Eagles, pushes it up deep in the Wildcat territory, looking to get past Geiger and Furman. Looking to keep it in bounds, played off out of bounds, off of Furman. Little talking to his defense there, wondering what happened. Savageau, the lone man over here on the far side on that last play. Kind of caught him in a pickle there, not sure to come up and play that ball or get back on defense, and so he let it play, thinking there was help behind it, but nobody was there, so Barton controlled it. And Kearney lets that one roll out of bounds, so it'll be a free kick again for Little. Just over 14 minutes to play in this first half. Wildcats big lead, 4-0. Villanueva now. Villanueva still chasing it down. Villanueva exchanging words with Piccolo. And referee pulls out his yellow card. Not sure if he's... And he does. He issued a yellow card to Joseph Piccolo. So again, yellow card for the Eagles player, number 22, Joseph Piccolo, as he heads to the bench. And in for Piccolo is Michelle Draco. Pablo Moreira to take this free kick, looks to center it. Bontham off his hands, still in play. I'll call foul there. So Eagles will have a free kick right outside their box. They'll give it back to the goalkeeper. No, Anyaya taking himself. Villanueva putting pressure on that back line for the Wildcats. Eagles looking to push it in the Wildcat territory. Gets past two Wildcat defenders, looking to leave one ahead for Barton. And Little comes up quickly and booms this one. So Beach plays it down. Jackson here looking to get around Fink over to Mildner. And again, Beach has it. Villanueva again in the middle of the action for the Wildcats. So Eagles get it across midfield. Great play there by Washington. Washington looked to bait Mildner on that pass and did, and nearly got the steal. He would have had a lot of room to work with up that far sideline. Kostic gets it back to Brundage. Brundage over to Washington. And Villanueva now in the middle of the field. Again, Washington keeps it on that far sideline. Kostic will get it back again to Brundage. And Brundage will look to play it ahead for Villanueva. Pass just a little short. The Wildcats still control it. And eventually Emory Oxford gets the ball back. And that one played out of bounds off of Washington. Eagles throw in right in front of the score table. So 4-0 in this first half, 11 minutes to play. Hasn't rained for a while now. I don't think we'll see any more rain for the rest of this game. So Little back to kick it. Sends one deep middle. Jackson there. Morera looking to play it down. Has it on this near side. Finds Villanueva. No offsides call. Villanueva chasing up. Centers one. Nobody home for the Wildcats, and it'll just roll out of bounds. So number 24, Chris Adesanya, still talking to the ref, claiming there was offsides on Villanueva. But he's not going to get it. What's in the past is in the past, so play on. So into the game for your Wildcats here, number 17, Chris Garcia, right in front of the sideline here. And this one kicked out of bounds by Fink. So Geiger will take this corner kick for the Wildcats. Again, there's a couple goals to obstruct the view there. But I'll guide you through. So Sean Geiger, so it's not a corner. It's a throw-in right outside the corner. He gets it in far. That ball is still in the center. Shot on goal by Kostick, scooped up by Bamforth. And Bamforth throws it ahead. Morera and Garcia both there. And two players get up shoving. That's Barton and Morera. And they're going to issue a yellow card on Pablo Morera. Still jawing at each other. So referee telling Morera to head to the sideline. So here in this first half, 2 yellow cards issued, 1 apiece for both teams. That one on Pablo Morera for the Wildcats. And earlier in the first half, number 22, Joseph Piccolo, got a yellow card for the Eagles. Deep shot there. Little able to pick that one off. And that one headed down. Hard collision there between Geiger and Adesanya. So coming into the game to replace Pablo Morera, number 14. No correction, number 4, Isaiah Washington. So 2 players fall there. They're going to get the foul on Barton. So 7.5 to play in the first half. Still 4-0 Wildcats lead. Little takes a free kick, sends one high. Garcia and Kostick are both there. And Furman will play it down, controlled by Kearney. Off the head of Beach, played down by Garcia. And again, the ball pops up. Washington there. Washington in the black headband. Plays it down. Misplayed there by Savageau. Savageau looking to chase down Oliver Zoo. And Savageau finally will get called with the foul. And now Connor Savageau issued the yellow card for the Wildcats. Number 23, Chris Schweiger, will take this free kick just outside the box in this near corner. So 2 quick yellow cards for the Wildcats coming near the end of this first half. Gunnar Tootle quickly in. He'll replace Savageau, who just picked up that yellow card. So again, here on the near sideline, deep in Wildcat territory, just outside the box, number 23, Chris Schweiger, to take the free kick for Emory Oxford. And play resumes now. His kick right to the center and headed out by Tootle. Right back to Schweiger. Schweiger now working against Morales. Correction, Garcia. Garcia will get called with the foul, trying to hold back Schweiger. So again, Schweiger with another opportunity for a free kick, just about the same spot as his last free kick, a little bit further to that back line. Little directing his Wildcats defense where to stand. And this one centered high over everybody, played down by Kostick, still bouncing around in front of the goal. And this one boomed out by Furman. So now Schweiger will have a throw in. And we got another flurry of substitutions here for Emory Oxford. So again, their starters from the beginning of this first half are back in. Luis de la Mora, Jonathan Steele, Garrett Scharf, Michelle Draco, and number 15, Nicholas DeGard. So Steele and Schweiger looking to work it down for the Eagles in that corner. Centered one over everybody and out of bounds on the right side of the goal. 3:50 to play in the first half. Wildcats still lead big, 4-0. 2 goals coming from Jalen Jackson. Weeb Isaac got the first goal of the game, and then that was quickly followed up by Bascaron. So Eagles control it just into Wildcat territory. Furman gets it back quickly. Now Kostick, he'll play it back to Kearney to control it. Leave it over to Tootle. Has Washington there. Washington will bring it across midfield. Looking to get it between 3 Eagles players. This one ricocheted off. Villanueva now looks to center one. And this one high. Kostick tried to keep it in, unable to. So Eagles dodge a bullet there. 2:40 to play. And this one, bad pass. That'll roll out of bounds. So Wildcats will have a throw in right in front of the Emory Oxford bench. And Geiger throws it in high to Marrera. Correction, Garcia. Garcia there. And again out of bounds. This time it'll be a Eagles throw in. High kick there off the Eagles' foot out of bounds. And again, that ball over the fence. And somebody hopped the fence over there. Great athleticism there by, I think that was Brandon Burt, student assistant for Johnson and Wales, showing off the hops. So Eagles get it in quickly. Geiger there looking to chase the ball down here on this near sideline. Cut off by De La Mora, controls it for Emory Oxford. And they'll get a foul on Geiger. Geiger knows it. His teammates calling for don't foul, don't foul. Just let this clock run as we cross the 1 minute mark. So Furman now controls it. Kearney leaves one middle for Geiger. Over to Garcia, back to Geiger. Touch pass from Kostick. Garcia looking to chase it down. 42 seconds to play in the first half. Leaves it ahead for Villanueva again. Villanueva there along to go with Beach. Gets behind. Wildcats still control it. Eventually played out by De La Mora. 27 seconds to play. Washington to throw it in. And he'll throw it back to Tootle. Heads it over to Washington. 15 seconds. Garcia controls it over to Furman. And Furman will just kick it over to the other side. Wildcats will control it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And that'll be the end of the first half. Your Wildcats lead this one 4-0. Weave Isaac started off the scoring spree for your Wildcats at the 30-minute mark. And then Mo Mascaron with the second goal, followed up by 2 goals from Jalen Jackson. All 4 of those goals within an 8-minute span. So your Wildcats lead 4-0. We will be back here in the second half in about 15 minutes. Stay tuned.
You don't mind though. Are you serious? Does that make sense? Where would I be carrying the ball? No. So far. By the way, you left $5 on my head.
left that $5. Come on. You left the $5. Come on. No way.
Figure out the shuttle schedule.
His screen is fine yesterday.
So much bigger. It was funny when they laughed so far away. I'm like, really? Yeah, it's not.
Right after being pushy. He left the $5 at my house. Yeah, he needs it. He needs that money.
Wait, is it Ava Arenella or Ava Arenella? Dead. Yeah, the one for Chicago. It's dead.
Give it to me. I'll do it.
You know what I mean? Where you like stand your stuff
No.
and you're like, maybe want something a little bit
Dead, seriously.
Yeah? Yeah. You see that white buzz over there? Guess who's going in there? You, right? Guess who's gonna go there too? Me, right? Yeah. Guess how long it takes to go from here to our house? 1 hour. I got 1 hour to be fast. You can't run away. You sure you don't want to give me the $5? Huh? It's gonna be like tomorrow. I still remember the $5. Tomorrow. I gotta take it. It's gonna be like tomorrow. Oh, you guys have nothing. When do you have a
graduated, so no, I graduated undergrad media.
Ava, it's not your brother's name, bro.
25 years.
Oh yeah, Logan dated Ava Arenella. So did Jacob Smith.
Okay. Does he practice law in Atlanta and Louisiana? Okay. Yeah, because Emory Law School is celebrating its 100th anniversary law school, and it's our 25th year since graduation. So big.
Dude, he shaves it. No, Bubba, he shaves it and it goes back to the
Forgot to make
Oh,
Shut up. Like Ava? Who's that? Oh, dude.
Oh, is that what you tell your story?
People might need to stop having fun. But it's funny, because like, well, you know, if you were more, seriously, he came to it like, I think he took this civil liberties class, civil liberties in high school.
Where you going?
And he loved it.
What if they give you this one?
Like, yeah, I mean, he was like, 15 years ago, that's what we do for a living.
You know, they don't have to.
But it is exactly what he loved it. Loved the Supreme Court decision. That's great. So, you know, but yeah, before that he wanted to be a dentist. Are you? Well, listen, he shadowed some of our good friends who are dentists. He wants to do surgeon. Oh, wait. He's like, and we told him, he said,
Yeah.
show him.
Yeah, how much?
Mine was like 50 or
He can do it.
Yours was 35 grand.
No,
Yeah.
You're such
how
a
much
Oh,
insurance?
I know, but still, Brady would have to do that, you know.
Wow, that's a big jump. That's a big jump. Well, maybe it was like 1,300.
That's why,
He said his ACL surgery was $3,500.
No, it's
Or
just
no,
about
he said
35.
35,000.
He says how much it costs to fix your elbow. Well, without insurance. Well, I'm saying without insurance.
Yeah, Peter, you got it.
With insurance?
Without it. Without
Yeah, actually.
You want me with insurance?
Which one do you have?
Without.
Flashlight.
Like, with insurance,
I got
it's literally
a
$50.
What? It's like Opal Plus, and then you screw He's like, yo, let me use it. I thought you said don't talk. Is that you?
Drescher, Stephen Drescher. And he's going to take over.
Yeah.
Well, he's going to work.
How many siblings do you have?
Yeah.
Yeah, actually.
I think the younger one is actually
Wait, was
doing
that kid that came to all the guns?
doing a subspecialty in there. It's not even his older brother.
First half scoring recap. Johnson Wales opened up the scoring at the mark by number 16, Weave Isaac.
Actually, like, it came on tap, but
1 minute later,
you got it
scored the
used.
second Johnson Wales goal to have unassisted at the 16-minute mark. Johnson Wales' third goal at the 18-minute mark, scored by number 7, Jalen Jackson, assisted by number 11, Amani Washington. And the fourth goal, first half of play, at the 23-minute mark, scored by number 7, Jalen Jackson, assisted by number 8, Sam Fanning. There were 3 yellow cards issued in the first half of play, 2 to Johnson and Wales, 1 to Emory Oxford. Johnson and Wales takes a 4-0 lead into the second half of play. Second half action coming at you in a few moments.
Plug it in and unplug it. I just need that turn it on. My home and off button are broke.
Nothing to do what we're talking about. I'm not talking about shaving my head. What are you gonna do? Yellow jacket on your head. There. Really smacked it this way. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? You're gonna do shit. What are you gonna do? You're not gonna do shit, are you? Hey, stop cursing. Who in the fight? Between who?
All right, we are back here in the intermission, just about ready to get this second half started. Wildcats lead this match 4-0. Goals coming from Weave Isaac, Mo Bescaron, and another two from Jalen Jackson. There were 2 yellow cards issued to the Wildcats, along with another one to the Eagles. Also, in Wildcat sports, our women's soccer team defeated Warren Wilson 3-1. And again, past 2 days, our Wildcat volleyball team beat Wake Tech 3-0, and then lost to Guilford College 3-0. We are 19 seconds away here from the second half. Again, both teams have switched sides. Your Wildcats are in white on the right of your screen, going right to left. And Emory Oxford in blue, going left to right. On the field for your Wildcats, leading the charge, Jalen Jackson, along with Sam Fanning, Weave Isaac, and Isaiah Washington. And at midfield, Jason Rosales, Aria Morales, and the back line for your Wildcats, Gavin Brundage, Danny Kearney, Gunnar Tootle. And then over there on that far side, it is Savageau. So Wildcats control it now. Kearney over to Rosales. Over here to Brundage. So with a 4-0 lead, you'll see your Wildcats play more of a possessive style of game. More so controlling the ball, trying to waste this clock. And that one headed around right in front of the goal by Isaac. It rolls out of bounds. So Bamforth had the free kick. Well, he's going to let Jonathan Steele take this one. And also for the Wildcats at goalie now here in the second half is Jonathan Lowe's, or as most people call him, John. So Kearney able to control it, fighting off Oliver. So Tootle chasing this one down. Looks to get it over to Savageau. Booms this one. Looking to find Jackson, but the Eagles control it again. Get it over midfield. So about 4 Wildcats there in the middle of the field. And I'm going to say that was a flop there by Brundage. Savageau streaking up the field there, easily cut off by Continue. Again, pardon me if I'm butchering the names for these Emory Oxford players. So Sam Fanning controls it, gets it across midfield, leaves it ahead for Jackson. Jackson looking to play it ahead for Isaac. Isaac and Fanning both there. As Continue kicks this one out of bounds, so it'll be a Wildcats throw-in on that far sideline. Savageau gets it into Tootle. Brundage now looks to center it for Washington. Touch pass looking for Isaac just over his foot. And Bamforth controls it. And he'll roll it over to Adesanya. And gets it on over to David Dill. Back to Adesanya. Washington finds Fanning in the middle of 2 Eagles players. And that's Henry Fink in the middle for Emory Oxford. Gets it on that far sideline over to Contino. And Jonathan Steele now over to Fink. Fink again in the middle, and his shot way over the goal. His kick high and to the right, out of bounds. So goalkeeper John Lowe's will take the free kick. And he sends one high and far, has Jackson there. Jackson pushed down by Adesanya. Ball still played up in the air. Touchdown by Washington. Weeb looking to get it ahead. Jackson streaking there. Gets past Adesanya. And just off his foot, out of bounds. Isaac able to get that pass over to Jackson. Looked to get it between two Eagles players, but hits just off the right of his foot and ricochets out of bounds. So this one kicked out of bounds. Another Eagles throw in, just in front of the Wildcats bench. And this one throw far and down the line, controlled by Savageau. So Eagles now, they have numbers and quickly played by Brundage. Good defense there by the Wildcats. Kearney able to get the ball back for the Wildcats. That finds Rosales, and I'll just play it back to Tootle. Tootle leaves it head there. Isaac unable to keep it in play. Kicked out of bounds. Eagles throw in on that far sideline right in front of the score table. And again out of bounds. Another Eagles throw in. This one kicked high out of the screen, finally back in play. And this one bounces up and over the fence. It'll be another chase down for our ball boys. So we saw the hops of Brandon Burt hop over, and he does it again, up and over the fence. This one played in. Jackson now, middle of the field. Room to work with. He's going to leave it over here for Brundage. Sends it in deep, looking for Jackson. Jackson streaking across the middle, just out of his reach. It'll roll out of bounds, so Bamforth will take the free kick. .38 minutes to play in this second half. This one kicked in by Steele. And Jackson there hawking the Eagles player down. Jackson now touch pass to Fanning. Fanning controls it, pops one ahead, looking for Washington down the sideline here, working his way to the corner. Keeps it in, looking to get around the player, able to, and he slips this time. Finally controlled by Emory Oxford. There's Fink will take this one up. Gets past Rosales. Brunish here quickly cut off that pass. So Rosales looking to fight off Scharf. Rosales still has it. Morales now got behind Adanyaya. They'll get the foul there on Julian Contino. Rosales to throw it in. Was a free kick, so taps it over to Fanning. Now to Jackson. Jackson working his way through the middle, looking to get past Fink, looking to find Washington, and Emory Oxford controls it now. This one popped up out of the screen, back in now. Savageau chases it down. He'll let it roll out of bounds. And it'll be a Wildcats throw in. Savageau sends it far down that sideline. Rolls past everybody, eventually to the Eagles player. So this one rolls right over the head of Tootle. And Washington working his way through. 3 Eagles players there. Finds Fanning. Fanning looking to cut it upfield. Gets across. Sends it, leaves it ahead. Isaac and Savageau both there. Looking to center it. Unable to get enough lift on that one. And that one will sail out of bounds. So they're going to say a ricochet off the foot of an Eagles player. So it'll be a Wildcats corner kick. 35 minutes to play. Still leading 4-0. This one's sent high right in the middle. Fanning there. And the goal. Who was that? Was that? I can't tell if that was Fanning or Isaac. Either way, that's a Wildcats goal. 5-0, and it was Fanning. Fanning doing a little celebration dance with his teammates. So Sam Fanning putting the Wildcats up 5-0 here. 10 minutes into this second half. Off the corner kick. And it was Rosales credited with the assist. So Fanning again, 3-on-2. Jackson finds it. Isaac now looking at one man to beat. Looking to get past him, tripped up. No calls, and Bamforth will take this one. And he'll roll it over to Schweiger. So Isaac's still down. Gives a handshake to Bamforth. And now here in the Wildcat territory, it'll be a corner. Well, no corner here for the Eagles. Scharf barking at the referee on the sideline. So the goalkeeper, John Lowe's, to take this free kick. Right beside the white pole in your view. This one's centered high. Eventually played down by our Wildcats. Savageau controls it, finds Washington. Wildcats again, room to work with. Jackson lets it roll behind him and right to the goalie, Bamforth. This one boomed high over here on this near sideline. Scharf falls down, no call. So Wildcats controlled in their back line by Kearney. Send it back to Lowe's. Lowe's over to Brundage. Brundage able to keep it in bounds by Morales. Brundage looks to send it ahead. Has Fanning. No offsides call there. Goalkeeper Bamforth comes up, able to play that. Smart play there by Thomas Bamforth. As that could have been another bad situation for the Eagles. It would have been a one-on-one with Fanning and the goalkeeper. So Kearney now back to Lowe's. Sends this one deep again. Headed up by Adesanya. And again headed by Isaac. Isaac looking to chase it down. Savageau has it right in front of the Wildcats bench. Head to Isaac. Isaac looks to center this one. Has Jackson there, but cut off by Contino. Washington looking to fight off Henry Fink, and they'll call a foul here. So it'll be the Wildcats free kick. Gunnar Tootle to take this. 31:50 to play in this second half. Wildcats lead 5-0. Last goal coming from Sam Fanning off the corner kick from Jason Rosales. This one headed by Isaac, and Bamforth scooped that one up. Bamforth sends one high, and that one off the leg of Brundage, way back into Wildcat territory. Lowe's will come out the box to get it. And he controls it, finds Kearney. Off of Oliver, right back to Kearney, fortunately. Wildcats stay in control. Morales looks to center and nobody there from any team, so Fink will come up, and Washington able to control it, and he'll send it back to Lowe's again. Over to Brundage. Misplayed almost there. Brundage still able to control it. Great save. Now Rosales. So Wildcats controlling it deep in their territory. Rosales finds Fanning. Again back to Rosales, who switches sides of the field over to Tootle. Tootle, a lot of green. Tootle taking himself up to midfield. Nobody in front of him still. Centers it to Fanning. Fanning turns looking for Tootle, but cut off. So Brundage now has it. Now he'll take it across midfield into Eagles territory. Looking for Jackson. Touch pass ahead for Isaac. And they'll get Isaac off sides. Would have been another great opportunity there for the Wildcats. Great touch pass by Jackson. Isaac just off sides. So David Dill now takes it up. His pass cut off by Morales, but finds Scharf. So Oliver and Scharf now in the middle for Emory Oxford. That ball over the head of Schweiger, but it finds his way to Steele. Centers one. This one booted out by Morales. Rosales looking to play it down, fighting off Dill. Able to get it Morales, and Rosales now 2-on-1. Jackson looking to control it almost. Another great opportunity missed by the Wildcats, as Jackson and Isaac would have had a 2-on-1 with the goalie. But Eagles have it now. Dill again to take it up. We'll find Scharf. Looking to get past Morales, unable to. So Rosales again, back to Kearney. And Kearney will send this one forward. 3 Eagles players are there. Fanning able to get the 50-50 ball. And he'll send this one there on that far side. Savageau plays it down, push from behind. And Tudor will pop this one into Eagles territory. Weeble look to keep it in bounds. And it rolls out of bounds. They're going to say off out of Sanya. It'll be a Wildcats throw-in, and we'll get some substitutions here for the Wildcats. It's Pablo Morera into the game, replacing Sam Fanning. So Wildcats controlled again in their back line. Back to Lowe's. And Lowe's sends it ahead, looking for Isaac. So they're going to call a foul on Isaac there. So he was trying to fight off Steele. So nevertheless, it'll be free kick just across midfield. Eagle territory. This one's sent in deep. 4 Wildcats there. over the head of Tootle. And Yaya looking to keep it in play, unable to. 27 minutes to play now in the second half as we get a lot of substitutions from both teams. So Mo Mascaro back into the game for the Wildcats, along with Tito Villanueva. And they will replace Weeb Isaac and Jason Rosales.
Team substitutions for Emory, Oxford, and Johnson Wales.
Lowe sends this one low kick, middle of the field. And off Mascaro's foot, right to two Eagles players. So Oliver looked to take it himself. Shot right at the goalie, played down by Lowe's. Great save there. Savage room to work with on that far sideline. Sends one, looking for Jackson ahead. Jackson and Villanueva there. Villanueva looking to center it for Jackson. Back to Villanueva there, right in front of the net. Blocked by Bamforth. And this one eventually set out of bounds on this near sideline. Another great opportunity there for the Wildcats as Villanueva and Jackson both right in front of the goal. Villanueva unable to get it in the net. Villanueva again looking to work his way on that back line. And off the Eagles' foot, out of bounds. So Marrera will take this corner kick for the Wildcats. Just over 25 minutes to play, still leading 5-0. Morales centers it, has Mascaro in there. Left kick off the butt of an Eagles player and out of bounds. So this will be another corner kick here for Pablo Marrera. This time he'll look to center it in front of the goal. Sends one high over the head of everybody. Savage out there looking to keep it in. So Jackson tracks it down. Mascaro behind him. And three Eagles players there. And Morales unable to control it as it rolls out of bounds. So another free kick here for Catino. And another substitution for Emory Oxford. And that's number 16, Matthew Beach, back into the game to replace Chris Adesanya. Bamforth sent this one short kick. Headed in deep by Washington. Jackson looking to get it, but Villanueva tracking it down, looking to fight off Steele. Villanueva has it. Steele falls down. Great save there by Fink. And Oliver has it now right in front of Mascaro, still trying to fight him off. And they're going to get Oliver with the foul. Great positioning there by Mascaro. Mascaro with a clean box out. Draws a foul from Oliver. And this one over the head of the Eagles player, and they're going to get Villanueva off sides. So it'll be a free kick again. Referee wanted to get set, so Adesanya plays it middle for Piccolo. So Dylan Wittenoir will take it up. Schwager now leaves one ahead for Stigard, centers it, but three Wildcats there, played out by Kearney. And Morales looking for Jackson. Jackson slips. Gets up, though. Still able to track it down. And we get offsides. Again, the quickness and agility of Jalen Jackson, too dangerous. They had Villanueva just barely offside, so Eagles dodge another bullet there as Wittenwar kicks it. Oliver now in front of Brundage. Biscaron off his foot out of bounds. Another Eagles throw in. So Schweiger still controls in the corner. Looks to center it. Kicked out by Kearney, right to Morera. Morera, if he gets past him, he does. Room to work with. Leaves it ahead for Biscaron. Morera again in the middle of the field. Plays it ahead to Savageau over that far side, right in front of the Wildcats bench. Back to Tootle. Tootle again, middle to Morera. And Tootle crosses midfield. Back to Kearney again, over to Morera. Off the head of Washington, right to Savageau, trying to keep it in bounds. Off the foot of the Eagles player, it'll be a throw-in. And we'll have another Wildcat substitution. Sean Geiger, the white headband, into the game for Gunnar Tootle. Or they're going to say no. Gunnar Tootle stays in. And it'll be Connor Savageau who he'll replace. So again, Sean Geiger into the game for the Wildcats. A white headband, throws it in. Played down by Morera. He falls. Oliver now looking to leave it ahead. 2-on-5. Eagles don't have numbers. Geiger chases it down. And ball out of bounds. Wildcats throw in. Just over 20 minutes to play now in the second half. Again, Wildcats leading this one 5-0. And also, in case you missed it, our women's soccer team with the 3-1 victory over Warren Wilson. So Brundage now back to Tootle. Tootle looking to find Morales here on the sideline. And Morales, the hands in the air, looking for a foul. Not going to get it, but nevertheless, well, he does, yeah. So a free kick there. Jackson now looks to cut it upfield, looking to get it between Adesanya, but ricochets off his foot out of bounds. Biscaron gets it now. Morales. This one sent in the far corner by Biscaron, looking for Morera. Played down by Geiger in front of the Wildcats bench. Geiger pushed down from behind. Easy call for the ref. Tootle reverses course, gets it over to Morera. Ball still on that far sideline in front of the Wildcats bench. Jackson looking to fight off Adesanya. Both players getting a little chippy over there. No call. It'll be Eagles throw-in. And another substitution for the Wildcats. That is Sanjin Kostic in to replace Isaiah Washington. And they issued a yellow card to Jalen Jackson, who got into it with number 24, Chris Adesanya of the Eagles. So now that's 3 yellow cards on the Wildcats this game. Eagles have it deep in Wildcat territory. Steele falls down, no call. 18 minutes to play now in this second half. No score change. Wildcats still lead 5-0. Lowe's thinks twice about where he's going to kick this one. He'll kill some clock. And finally, short kick off the chest of Adesanya. And finally ruled out of bounds. So another Wildcats throw in over on that far sideline on the right of your screen. Or, the top right of your screen. So Mascara now room to work with over on this near sideline. Plays it ahead, looking to beat the Eagles player. Does. Tripped up, falls down, no call. Morales in the middle, 2 Eagles players there, and Piccolo hits that one out of bounds, so Morales will take the throw in. 16:30 to play now in the second half. Chris Garcia now, number 17, right behind Viscaron here into the game for the Wildcats. Morales looking to get it to Villanueva. Villanueva still looking to fight for it in between 3 Eagles players. Kosick, middle of the field now, and he'll kick it back to Tootle. Tootle will send it over to Geiger right in front of the Wildcats bench on that far sideline. Just unable to keep it in bounds. 16 minutes to play now. Short throw in. Kostic and the Eagles player both fall, both quickly up. Garcia leaves it ahead for Biscaro and reverses course and kick it back to Brundage. Brundage sends one high over to that far side. Geiger plays it down. Marrero looking to fight on 2 Eagles players. Falls down, gets back up quickly. Tootle has it now, midfield. Geiger again over in that far sideline. Ball in the top middle of your screen now. And they're going to get a whistle there, a foul on the Eagles player. Garcia to take the free kick. Sends one high in the middle. Bounces over Kostic. This one played out of bounds off of the foot of Villanueva, so free kick for Danforth. And another substitution for your Wildcats. Seth Furman checking in to replace Mo Bescaron. At the 14 minutes left in this second half.
Come on, Furman!
We got a Furman fan here right next to me. Off the foot of Villanueva, high in the sky. Eventually comes back down to earth. Garcia controls it now. Looking to center it, but right to the goalie. Easy scoop there for Thomas Danforth. This one rolls out of bounds. Another Wildcats throw in. Garcia quickly in. Finds Marrero. Centers it, nobody home. Villanueva now. Geiger looking to get between the players. Does. Centers it off the foot of Villanueva, just wide of the goal. The Eagles have it now. De La Moore looking to fight off Villanueva. And they'll get Villanueva with a foul. Got the little arm hook on De La Mora as he was trying to fight for the ball. Dale's short kick over to Wittenoir. Other side of the field now. This one's sent in deep. Out the reach of everybody. And it'll roll out the back line. Another kick for Lowe's coming up here. 12:15 to play in the second half. Wildcats lead 5-0. Again, a scoring recap. Starting off this game with the scoring was Weeb Isaac, followed up by Mo Bascaron, and then Jalen Jackson. Back-to-back goals, putting the Wildcats up 4-0 in the first half. And then right at the beginning of the second half, Sam Fanning with the score, putting the Wildcats up 5-0. Tootle plays it back to Kearney. Short kick off the foot of two Eagles players. And Furman collides with the Emory Oxford player. They'll get the foul on Furman, and he'll be issued a yellow card. So 4 yellow cards in this game for your Wildcats. That one, the latest yellow card on Seth Furman. So it'll be a free kick just about 20 yards outside the box. Piccolo will take the kick. 10:45 to go in the second half. Short kick, nobody there as Furman heads it down. Ricochets off the foot of two Wildcats, popped up in the air, played down by Garcia, and eventually out by Furman, and they're going to get a foul there on Piccolo. A little bit of a high knee there right into Furman's midsection. No foul play there, just going for the ball. No foul.
Hey, let it play through.
So Geiger will be replaced by, I believe that is Isaiah Washington. Or I think it's one of the Washingtons. I think it's Amani. Isaiah has the black headband on. So Amani Washington into the game for Sean Geiger. Geiger he was heading to that sideline, threw his white headband down in frustration. Not sure what he was upset about. So nevertheless, Eagles now have it in Wildcat territory. Oliver played off by Brundage. Off of Piccolo. Garcia chases it down. Works his way to the middle. Leaves it ahead. Villanueva here. One on 5 for Villanueva now. Centers one, looking for Morera. Morera slips. So Adesanyar brings it up for the Eagles. That one rolls out of bounds quickly in. Eagles control it. 8:35 to play. Still in the second half. And Villanueva ahead. Goalie to beat, gets past it, tripped up by the goalie. And out of bounds. Again, Villanueva able to get past the goalie. Goalie just a little trip. Able to slow down Villanueva, who was eventually cut off there by De La Mora. De La Mora with a huge save there for Emory Oxford. Villanueva had an easy chance there. Would have been 6-0 for the Wildcats. Again, great save there by Luis De La Mora of the Eagles. And this one, again, right in front of the goals. Ball still on the ground. Eventually played out by the Eagles. So now Oliver has it 1-on-1. And Wildcats eventually get back on defense there. Washington controls it, leaves it ahead for Furman. And Furman will boom this one ahead. 7:20 to play. And Anyaya deep into Wildcat territory. Played down by Kostick. Brunage working his way through the middle. Gets it over to Washington. Back to Tootle. Tootle works his way up. And Washington again. Right in the middle for the Wildcats. Back to Kearney.